In case you haven't heard, In N Out has a pop-up in Seoul once a year. It usually happens on a random day in April, and they don't announce it until 9 a.m. on the morning of the pop-up. This year, it went down on Tuesday, March 24th. If you're curious about what the pop-ups are like, or if you want to know if it's worth the wait, then keep watching. So at around 10:20 a.m., I was just on Facebook, and I came across a post from my friend Ricardo about In N Out having a pop-up. And every time I clicked on the link, it only led me to In N Out's homepage. It just kept redirecting me elsewhere. And so I was a little skeptical because I couldn't find any information on this pop-up. But I remember that in the past, they had also done pop-ups, so no reason for people to be posting BS on the internet, at least not in this case. And also a few minutes later, I saw this picture right here. You know, this, I guess, is something they run in the newspaper on the same day. And so I thought about it hard and wondered if I should go or not, because I knew the lines would get long and I wasn't sure if it was worth it. So as someone who is from America but doesn't live near an In N Out and hasn't tried it before, I thought, you know, it might be a while until I get to actually try it, so why not? And so I figured if I arrived there around 11 o'clock that the line wouldn't be too long and I could get out of there relatively quickly. Wrong. And so I get there around 11:08, and go figure, there's already a line wrapping around the side of the building. And when you get in line, the girl will give you a wristband, an In N Out wristband, and let you know that it's only one burger per person and that it's cash only. So you have to remember this. You have to come ready with cash. If you're someone like me who uses their card for everything and doesn't carry around cash that much, you got to remember to pull out money first. And so when you look in the line, you'll even see US military waiting. I don't even know if they're skipping work. And a few familiar faces right there. Some friends of mine, I knew they'd be there because they seem to find out about it every year. And normally I'm totally against waiting in line. There's always a better way, there's always a better time to get something. It boggles my mind that people would wait in the freezing cold just to get a $2 churro. But in this case, they only come once a year, it's In N Out, so I made an exception. But the line was moving a lot slower than I expected, and I finally got in around 12:13. Just like you'd expect from any other pop-up, the menu was rather limited. They had the double-double, the cheeseburger, and the hamburger, and you could get that in animal style or protein style. Unfortunately, they didn't have any French fries, and instead they gave you a bag of chips and a canned soda if you opted for the combo. The good news is the prices were very similar to what you'd pay in the US. Seoul isn't exactly known for being the cheapest place to get Western food, and so they could have easily charged double the price and people wouldn't have batted an eye. But fortunately they didn't, and so props to In N Out for not price gouging. So at this point it's around 12:20 and it's already taken a lot longer than I expected. I expected to be out of there by 12:30. And so I asked the guy how long it would take for the burgers to come out, and he said it would be another 20 minutes. Now the problem is I had to be somewhere for business at 1 o'clock, and I couldn't afford to be late. So I'm debating what to do, and so finally I had to ask my friend if he could take the burger for me to his restaurant, which is not too far from there, and I would get it later and just eat it cold, because it's better than not eating it, you know, especially after you've been waiting all this time. And so finally 2 hours later I finished doing what I needed to do, and I head to my friend's restaurant where they're holding the burger for me, and I get a chance to try my first In N Out burger, although it was cold. And so these guys are from California and they've had In N Out, you know, their entire life, so they recommended that I eat it cold rather than warming it up, so I just took their word for it. First In N Out burger, ironically in Seoul. How is it? Good, even though it's cold. Still worth it. Oh yeah, the stuff's pretty good too.
You guys are In N Out, we're just like a soup. Dirt. That's all I care about. No shit.
I just wish it was warm.
Soup is warm.
So in conclusion, you should try and get there early, ideally before 11 a.m. and expect to wait around an hour and a half to get your food. If you really miss In and Out, then it's worth it. If not, then I probably wouldn't wait that long. From what my friends tell me, it tastes quite similar, about 90% similar to what you'd get in the States. And if you arrive after 2 p.m., I would say don't even bother because they're probably going to be sold out by then. Anyway, hope you guys found this video interesting, and please check out my other videos as well. Thanks for watching.